what they're doing to Donald Trump, it's not really about Trump. It's
It's not.
about what they're taking away from the American people, the right of choice.
You're
They
right.
really want to destroy this man. And I've never seen, such a vendetta against anyone in my lifetime. And Tulsi, I'll tell you this, I try not to be a hateful person. I am a person of faith, but I have such horrible feelings for Joe Biden because he's not only destroying our country, but he's causing chaos throughout the world. I've been in the United Kingdom for the past 2 weeks. The way people are talking about America now, it's an embarrassment. I mean, everybody I speak to, Michael, what's going on in your country? It's embarrassing. What is going on? I think a lot of, as America goes, the rest of the world goes, certainly here in the United Kingdom. And it's just, people have to recognize this. They have to. This is
Yeah.
such destruction going on.
I try to refocus the conversation here at home away from the superficial distractions back to the fundamentals. There's a whole generation of young people who didn't learn about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and the origins and the founding of our country as they grew up through going through K through 12 public schools. They haven't learned in a really meaningful way, what does it mean to be an American? What kind of responsibility comes with being a citizen of this country? Why was it so important to our founding fathers to ensure that the First Amendment in the Bill of Rights has to do with freedom, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of religion? Because of that, we're in a place now where there's a lot of people in our country who don't know what it means to be an American anymore.
Mm.
And they don't value these freedoms that so many, my brothers and sisters in uniform over generations, have sacrificed their lives to support and defend. And they don't understand. And you made mention of this, that what's happening right now is this is not about Donald Trump. And it's not really even about Joe Biden at all. He's the guy who happens to be there. And yes, he is the president of the United States and he wants to continue in that job. But when you look at the levers of power, they are so much bigger than Joe Biden. And their goal is to take away our freedom, to consolidate their power. The short-sightedness of this is that as they openly talk about and advocate for and are trying to censor our speech, limit individuals' ability to express themselves, once the levers of power change, as they always do, shift from one direction to another, what's to stop, once this precedent has been set, what's to stop the other political opponents, once they get into power, from flipping the script and turning the tables and now censoring the very people who are censoring us
Mhm.
today? It's inevitable. And this is the whole point. I was in a conversation last night with some folks in Washington, D.C. about foreign policy, and free speech. The issue of free speech came up because very often, as you know, Michael, the excuse of national security to take away our free speech, to take away our liberty, is one of the most effective and most often used. We have to be absolute defenders of free speech, not only for those we agree with or when it's popular or convenient, but maybe even more so, and especially for those voices who we may vehemently disagree with, whose speech we may find to be offensive and abhorrent. We have to stand up for that free speech in both of those scenarios, because inevitably, whether it's tomorrow or next week or next year or in 10 years, if we don't do that collectively, it is our speech that will be censored and our voices that will be silenced.
Yeah, and I just hope people realize that. I really do.